Hello and welcome to a brand new video. So today you join me for Premier League Gameweek 22 predictions. That is right. So in this series, guys, I talk about each side, give you some details of each team, to give you my prediction at the end of that conversation. So like today's video, guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and without further ado, let's predict our first game of Game Week 22. First up, we have Newcastle versus Bournemouth. So this game will be a very exciting game, okay? So Newcastle, guys, are on a 6-game win streak right now. They are in 4th place. They have done so well the last couple of month or so. Literally 6 games unbeaten. They beat Wolves yesterday 3-0, and Isak has now scored 8 consecutive games. So that means he's only 3 to draw with the record Vardy, and also won obviously 4-way to beat that record. But anyway, we're getting far ahead of ourselves, guys. But Isak, man, he has been the star player for Newcastle this term, okay? Literally, he has been scoring goals for fun. A lot of teams want him, but personally, if Newcastle get Champions League football this year, they could end up keeping him. We shall find out. But yeah, overall, man, Newcastle sitting 4th, 6 games unbeaten. Pretty solid, right? They're up against Bournemouth, guys, who are also on a bit of a unbeaten streak. In their last 5 games, they have drew 3 and won 2, and they do sit a massive 8th place. So Bournemouth, guys, had a fantastic season. The only problem with this game is they're up against Newcastle, okay? Bournemouth do not have a striker. Their main players, Everton, is out with an ankle injury, and so is who has done his ACL. So Bournemouth, guys, are without a striker, and that could play a huge part in this game. So just on that, I do have Newcastle, guys, to beat Bournemouth 2-0. Next, we have Brentford versus Liverpool. So Brentford with a fantastic 2-2 draw against Manchester City. Okay, so yeah, not a bad result for them, alright. In their last 2 games, they have drew 1 and won 1. So Brentford are picking up points, which is fantastic news for them. They do sit mid-table, so that is bang on 10th. So again, just like Bournemouth, Brentford have been a very surprise package this season, and I've got to say, they are playing some good football. But they're up against the league leaders, Liverpool, who are 5 points clear at the top of the table. Okay, they drew 1-1 with Nottingham Forest in the top table clash. Okay, and Liverpool should have won that game, on my opinion. They had so many chances at the second half, but that will give them some confidence going in to this game. Sitting 5 points clear, above second, that's a massive statement. And Liverpool are still in the driving seat. Whatever happens now, Liverpool can now dictate what happens to the league, because they've got a bit of they've got a 5-point lead, and it's all to play for, man. So just like that, I do have Liverpool, guys, to beat Brentford. That's why I got Liverpool to beat Brentford 3-1. So next up, we have Leicester versus Fulham. So where do I start with Leicester, guys? My boys. Yeah, Leicester lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace Wednesday night, and they played ever so well first half, but unfortunately, guys, playing well, it's just not good enough for Leicester. Okay, they sit in 19th place, and they are looking more and more likely to be relegated. Okay, personally, I don't think Leicester's side is strong enough this season. Yes, they've got away with a point deduction and charge from the Premier League, but the way they are right now, they're playing well, passing well, but they just can't score goals, and they need to, find some form, because Ruud van Nistelrooy, man, said yesterday that, this rot needs to end soon, because if it keeps happening, then it's just going to get worse and worse, okay? But Leicester did sign someone positive yesterday, though. Leicester have signed Wuya Koulibaly from Parma for a £3 million deal. I watched his highlights on YouTube, and I got to say, he likes getting down that wing. And to be fair, Leicester have lost Fatawu this season, and that was a big loss for Leicester, because obviously on the right hand side he was immense last season in the Championship, and yeah, they just lack that pace on the right hand side. Okay, they got this Koulibaly in, he plays right back but also wing back, and he's pretty quick. So can this be the turning point for Leicester? We shall find out. They're up against Fulham, okay, who lost 3-2 to West Ham. So but Fulham still sit in 9th place, and they'll be licking their lips at this game, thinking they can win. And personally, I think they can win. Just on that, guys, I do have Fulham to beat Leicester 2-1. Next we have West Ham versus Crystal Palace. So West Ham have announced their new manager, Graham Potter. Okay, got off to a good start. Even though he lost in the cup against Villa, he got off to a good start against Fulham 3-2. It's a fantastic win. His first Premier League game back after like 18 months, and he's got off to a good start. So you know what? West Ham could actually push on now, because honestly, guys, Graham Potter is very underrated. I think he's a very good manager, and West Ham would love to have him now, and I think they'll start to push on right now. They've got their first win under the belt, and I'm sure they'll have some more wins, you know, soon. So we shall find out what happens with that. But like I say, West Ham are without their main star, Jared Bowen, but that did not stop them scoring 3 goals against Fulham. So yeah, fair play. They're up against Palace, who beat Leicester 2-0. Oliver Glasner has turned his season around, because obviously at the start of the season he was on the verge of being sacked due to poor results, but he has somehow turned it around. Eze, Mateta, Ismail Sarr are the main 3 strikers they've got, and I've got to say, they didn't play very well against Leicester yesterday, but second half they ran the show, okay, and yeah, that's a big boost. Beating a relegation rival team like Leicester, that will give them some boost going in to this game. But I do have this game, though, guys, to end as a very exciting 1-1 draw. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. So Arsenal beats their London rivals Spurs 2-1. Okay, so that puts them in second place, 5 points behind leaders Liverpool. Listen, Gabriel Jesus is out for the season with a suspected ACL injury, and there's a few question marks about Arsenal, about, you know, needing a new striker, and personally they do need a new striker, because they haven't really got a striker, and they've got Havertz, who, let's be real, you know, he won't get you 30 goals a season. So yeah, Arsenal do lack in that striker department, okay, and they need to sign a striker soon, because that is what is lacking with Arsenal. You know, they need a very good goal scorer, and that's what they lack. But they're still sitting second place, so they can't complain too much. They're up against Villa, who beat Everton 1-0. Because of that, they now move up to 7th place. They have won 2 games on the bounce. So they've lost a few players due to injury and stuff like that. But obviously they're getting wins, and that is all that matters, okay. They have signed a new striker, okay, in Marlan from Borussia Dortmund, okay. £30 million, I think it was. £20 million. What a player, by the way. I don't know, guys, if Marlan will be able to hack the Premier League, because obviously these players who come from abroad, you know, always seem to struggle in the Premier League, because obviously the Premier League is the best league in the world. But either way, we shall find out what happens with him. But overall, though, fantastic signing, and it's a big name to add to their squad. So just on that, though, I do have Arsenal, guys, to beat Villa. That's why I got Arsenal to beat Villa 2-0. Next we have Everton versus Spurs. So Everton have announced their new manager, David Moyes. He has returned after so many years, you know, leaving them for Man United, okay, and he is back to a massive U-turn, and it didn't get off to a good start because they lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. But Moyes, man, personally, I loved him at Everton. Obviously, you know, 8 years ago and stuff like that. You know, fantastic manager for Everton. Just didn't win anything, but it was very solid. You know, Everton were always competing with the big sides, and you know, I think this could be a massive turning point for Everton. I think they'll be right this season. Now they've got someone like him in charge, okay. Again, just like Arsenal, Everton do lack a proper goal scorer, because Calvert Lewin, man, let's be real, on paper is a good player, but for me, just don't score enough goals. And David Moyes has even challenged himself to say to Calvert Lewin to score more goals to say it this season. So we'll see what happens with that one. Maybe we're getting playing to his best. We shall find out. They're up against Spurs, who lost 2-1 to London rivals Arsenal, okay. And a lot of fans want Ampogoloscu sacked, okay. They want him sacked, and personally, I kind of see that, because their results have been absolutely terrible, okay. They can't win the games. They can't keep clean sheets, okay. And yeah, Spurs, man, it's a tricky one because they even struggled against Tamworth, even though they had their best team out against Tamworth, okay? Tamworth are a non-league side, okay? And to struggle against someone like that. Yes, I know they won 3-0, but it went to extra time, guys. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have long left now. I think Spurs chairman Daniel Levy will be checking on the results. So just on that, I do have this game, guys, to end as a 1-1 draw. Next we have Man United versus Brighton. Man United are playing tonight as you're watching this. So I don't know what the score is, but I will say one thing. Man United are slowly turning a point, okay? Bruno Fernandes is performing really well under their new manager, Ruben Amorim. And they only sit, by the way, guys, they only sit 8 points above the relegation zone. So, are Man United in a relegation battle? Honestly, they keep losing games, so then they obviously are. But, yeah, I'm sure we'll see what happens. Rashford is still at Man United. I think Rashford will be leaving anytime soon. I think he'll be going this transfer window, personally, because the way he's been treated at this club right now by the new manager is pretty appalling. Rashford is a Man United legend, Man United academy player, and the way they're treating him is pretty poor. But anyway, they're up against Brighton, who are also playing tonight. So yeah, see what happens with this game. Brighton could actually beat Man United. Amazing season they have having under their first season under their new manager. So let's see if that continues. So just on that, I do have this game, guys, to end as a Brighton. I've got Brighton to beat Man United 3-1. Next we have Forest versus Southampton. So Forest drew 1-1 with the Liverpool, which sees them obviously not dropping any points, but they have moved down to 3rd place due to Arsenal's win. But fair play to Forest though, guys. They didn't lose any points against Liverpool, and they are still in the hunt for that title race. I think it might be quite far-fetched. I don't think they'll win the league, but if they can keep putting pressure on Liverpool like they have been doing, then who knows what could happen, man. Chris Wood with yet another goal, his 13th goal of the season, man. Chris Wood is such an underrated player. Very solid in my opinion. But anyway, they're up against Southampton, who only sit on 6 points, okay, and they're still, so far, halfway through the season, are still the worst team in the Premier League history, because Derby had 11 points when they got relegated, and Southampton only have 6. So under Russell Martin, guys, they did play some good football, but obviously, like I said to you before, they lack star quality, and that is what has been showing this season. Just like Leicester, basically. You know, they've got some good individual players, but not that star quality. So in the Championship, guys, you get away with it. Premier League is a whole different ball game. Like you need star players in the Premier League, and that is what Southampton lack. And I think that is what will get them relegated. Forest to beat Southampton 1-0. Next up, Ipswich Town versus Man City, okay. Ipswich at the relegation zone because they have won 1, drew 1 in their last 2 games, which puts them out of relegation zone by 2 points. So you know what, Ipswich, man, I said to you beforehand, they always battle, and that is what, you know, will save you from the drop. If you battle with each other, fight for each other, and that's what Ipswich do, okay. They have signed Jaden Philogene from Aston Villa for £19 million. It is a very hefty price tag for someone who's not really done it in the Prem. But either way though, good signing for them. You know, quick on the wing, he's fast on the wing, and you know what? I think it'll be a good addition to Ipswich. They've got obviously their main player this season is obviously Dillard, and could he come back this game and haunt his old club in Manchester City? We shall find out. But anyway, they're up against Man City, who are sitting 6th place. They drew 2-2 with Brentford. So you know what? Man City are still not quite there yet, are they? You know, they still can't pull away from teams. But yeah, sitting 6th place, and damn. I know it doesn't really matter because obviously it's not a part of football, but Pep has broke up with his long-term wife who'd been married for 30 years. So that played a small part in the way they have been playing as well. We shall find out. But damn. Anyway, I do have Man City, guys, to bounce back this week and beat Ipswich. I've got Man City to beat Ipswich 2-0. The last game of this game week is Chelsea versus Wolves. So Chelsea drew 2-2 with Bournemouth, and like last season for guys for Leicester, Enzo is being worked out a little bit, okay? Obviously, Leicester Championship last season, halfway through the season, teams worked us out, and obviously, you know, Leicester were close not to get promoted. This season right now, what I'm seeing is the same exact reason, okay? They teams have worked them out a bit and how they play, and it ain't been that great for Enzo and Chelsea recently, okay? They have dropped down a few places in the table, and again, just like Arsenal, Chelsea lack a proper striker. Nicholas Jackson is a good striker, but just not that world-class striker that they are looking for, okay? They're up against Wolves, who lost 3-0 to Newcastle, but like I say, no hard done by that, because Newcastle are on fire right now, and Newcastle are a tough side to beat, so nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Wolves are still in the relegation zone, bottom 3, and I can't see them getting out of this this position this week, because I think Chelsea will end up smashing Wolves this game. I just got a feeling Chelsea will come out this week and prove me wrong. So that is why, guys, I've got Chelsea to beat Wolves 3-0. There we go, guys, that's my Premier League Game Week 22 predictions. If you agree with any of my decisions, let me know down below in the comments, and yeah, let Premier League Game Week 22 fixtures begin. And the season, man, is getting tight and getting so nerve-wracking, especially for teams in the bottom half. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Good night. Yeah?